Dr. Pratima Mondal.
Sir, I am not a doctor. I am only Pratima Mondal.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem, sir. It's nice to hear that I am before my name is doctor. Sir, I rise to speak on the Constitution Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe Orders, Second Amendment Bill 2022, Uttar Pradesh. Sir, in modern India, caste system is prohibited by law, but that doesn't restrict it from being practiced in the society. Division of the society on grounds of caste is still a reality. The minds behind the Indian Constitution, namely Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, understood the need to actively empower these communities socially, economically, and financially, and to provide them with equal opportunities to participate in the country's governance and functioning, and to uplift and promote their growth. So these led the government to make ways for laws and regulations which aimed at their development. Sir, among all other provisions, the most important is Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act. It was implemented to address the crimes committed against these communities. But the results are far from satisfactory, because there is a continuous rise in the number of cases every year all across the nation. Sir, according to the National Crime Record Bureau, the crime rate has increased from 22.8 per lakh population to 25 per lakh population in 2020, which obviously will be even higher in 2021. So Uttar Pradesh stands at top with 10,138 cases in 2016 to 10,430 cases in 2020. So this is the number we are aware. So that just imagine if all the unreported cases are taken into account. So the condition of women is terrible. A total of 4,372 cases were lodged for rape, 3,373 for assault on women, and 855 for murder, and 1,119 for attempted murder. So here I would like to mention that Dr. काकोली घोष दोस्तीदार और मैं और राज्यसभा के एक सांसद ने हाथरस पे गए थी उस घटना के बाद, फिर उन शोक संतप्त परिवार से मिलने के लिए मेरे ऊपर एक डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर रैंक का ऑफिसर ने जो बर्ताव किया, सभी ने देखा और ये नहीं होना चाहिए था और ये सोचने का बात है. Actually, this scares me to my core as a mother, and there must be stricter provision to bring an end to these atrocities. And also, I would like to say that protection of women beyond the division of caste should be the priority of the nation. Sir, coming to the front of reservation, though there are regulations to ensure the same, they are being flouted repeatedly, and the government is hardly taking any step to curb the unconstitutional incidents. Being a part of the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Welfare Committee, I have time and again came across a peculiarly similar scenario in different departments of governments and bodies having the provision of reservation, and the funds that are allocated for the development of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes are lying unutilized and then diverted towards the other area. Sir, this is absolutely unacceptable, and proper steps are taken to prevent this. And not just this, innumerable instances have reflected that reservation policy is not implemented properly. The latest incidents involves that IITS on 25th November 2021, the Supreme Court has directed the central government to follow reservation guidelines because currently they are following, quote-unquote, completely unconstitutional, illegal, and arbitrary process. So, crime and discrimination in educational institutions against Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribes candidate is also a common scenario. The divide and barrier that is put up is very difficult and mentally exhausting for the students. The youth of the nation who are so aware about different facets of mental health must take a moment and think before uttering a hurtful words to the candidates of Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribes, because these, which makes the candidate ponder upon their self-worth. And I would not like to go into much detail because these words are enough to make my message clear. Sir, inclusion of more categories and making regulations are not enough and will not serve the real purpose. Allocation of more fund, implementation and real change through education are the need of the hour. The caste, tribe, divide still sparks a sense of low and high among the school-going children, which then becomes permanent. Chapter on inclusivity and equality must be included in the school curriculum to build a better generation and thus future. Sir, the fact that Gonds community will be excluded from the scheduled caste list and included in scheduled tribe list, so should it serve the real purpose, or else even this piece of legislation will remain on paper with zero result on ground? The real picture is that the Gonds have been deprived of their rights. The forest of the Gondwana area had always belonged to them. In order to exploit the forest and greed of land lead to snatching of their homes. So though the captured areas have been developed, Gonds were pushed back into severe poverty and helplessness. These finally resulted in armed revolution, or simply put, Naxalism. The government must ensure that the agricultural lands that were taken away from them should be returned, and the brutality on the Gonds must stop. Not very long, sir. In 2016, the house of Gond families in the Shibpur, Diwar, Numri village in Balia district were burned down. Sir, quote, "We too want a permanent settlement, but no one allows us to have own land. So we are landless for generations." Unquote, said. Here I quote the plea of the Gonds in Uttar Pradesh: if the government does not guarantee that this cruelty will end, there can never be peace in these areas. Just treating the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes communities of people as the source of vote bank is no less humiliating than crime committed against our community. Sir, here I would like to mention that due to sincere effort of our Honorable Chief Minister, Government of West Bengal has been largely successful in abolishing Maoist activities through implementation of different developmental schemes in the district. So in the district which have highest population of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes like South 24 Parganas, North 24 Parganas, Birbhum, Bankura, Jhargram, Purulia, and different areas of North Bengal showed a significant rise in education and employment level. So women from scheduled caste, scheduled tribe communities are getting 1,000 rupees per month under Lokhir Bhandar scheme, a symbol of women empowerment, and people above the age of 60 are also receiving 1,000 rupees per month under Joy Johar scheme for scheduled tribes and Taposhili Bondhu for scheduled caste. So these should be ensured in all the areas dominated by scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Sir, finally, 1 minute. Sir, utmost preservation of the tribal culture is also of utmost importance. Areas dominated by scheduled tribes should impart education on their cultural aspects of the respective tribal communities through cultural programs. These small steps will result into big positive difference. Keeping this in mind, the government must look forward to establishing equality in the country. And with this, sir, I am concluding, and on behalf of my party, All India Trinamool Congress, support this bill.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Sri K. Subrayan ji.
Thank you, Speaker, sir.